What is up, everybody? I'm Mitch. This is the Fit4Moto Academy Podcast, where we talk about all things moto, not just to make you a safer, faster rider, but also just because we love moto, man, and that's what we're about. So if you're into that kind of thing, stay tuned. You're going to love this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, look, this is episode 0 of my new Fit4Moto Academy podcast. Man, thank you guys for tuning into this. I'm not even sure what to say. I was gonna call this podcast, the title of this, not episode 0. I was actually gonna call it "No Idea What I'm Doing," because I have no idea what I'm doing. All I know is that I love moto. I love everything as it relates to moto. So I figured, well, why not just talk more about it? I mean, that's really what I enjoy doing. So that's what this podcast really is. Now, it is going to be a big variety of things as it relates to moto. So as I mentioned before, we're going to talk about like health and fitness. We're going to talk about, we're going to have guests on. We're going to talk about skills that you need to work on. We're going to interview people. We're going to do product reviews from the stance of an experienced rider to a beginner, which brings me to the next point. We're also going to have another co-host on. His name is Rick. He's kind of a beginner rider, and it'll be cool just, I think, to get his perspective on things too. So maybe as an experienced rider, there's a product that I really like, but maybe from a beginner standpoint, it really isn't worth the money. So I think that's really cool too. And as it relates to kind of the Fit4Moto Academy, man, I just love moto more than anything. Nothing in my life gives me the joy that moto does. So it seems like a natural thing for me to just kind of include doing this podcast into it. Don't know what I'm doing, so I do promise they will get better as I go along, as I try and figure all this stuff out. But I'm not the kind of person to, take forever to try and do something. I like to just kind of jump right in and figure it out along the way, which is kind of the story of my life with a lot of the stuff that I end up doing. I just kind of figure it out along the way. So with that being said, if you don't know me, my name is Mitch. I've been involved in health and fitness for over 20 years now. Trainer, nutritionist, all that kind of stuff. I'm really, really into health and fitness. And then I've been riding for around 30 years as well. I race at the higher level. So I kind of combine those two things into the Fit4Moto Academy. And that's really what this is. And the podcast, I feel like, is just an extension of that. So I'm really, really excited about that. So the podcast as a whole, it's, I really want it to be a place for everything from beginner to pro. So beginners can find something here. Pros can find something here as far as, product reviews or anything like that, or some of the guests that we have on. We're going to talk to people about getting sponsored and different companies and stuff. It's just going to be a really cool space for people who are into moto to really kind of find what they're looking for, man, as it relates to motocross. And I think that's really, really cool. I never thought I'd be doing a podcast. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did think about it a couple years ago, I guess. But honestly, I don't know, man. I was just like, well, for one, it seems like there's a lot of podcasts out there. So, do you jump into an ocean kind of thing? But then two is like, I just don't know what I'm doing. Now, I guess that can also be said for anything I've done, whether that's video stuff or riding or fitness and stuff. I mean, we all had to start somewhere. So yeah, I don't know, man. It just kind of, for a long time, it just kind of threw me off. And then you know what? I started doing more and more coaching as it relates to motocross and stuff. And then the Fit4Moto Academy was born. And with that, I wanted to go all in. I wanted to go all in and be like, this is what I love doing with my life. I just want to be found in more spaces, hence what the podcast is going to be here for. So as it relates to structure, what can you expect? I'm thinking one a week. I'll try and pound out one a week of these things. I think I can manage that into the rest of my schedule. And each episode will be a standalone episode. They'll each have their own little topic. So, for example, we might have a guest on for one. We might have, the co-host. His name is Rick. He'll be with me. We might talk about a product that we both tried, what we think about that, and what other conversation stuff comes up off of that. And then there'll be some episodes where it's just me, and we're going over stuff with like skills on the bike, or maybe we just want to do some shop talk about the race on the weekend. Who's your guy, that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's really just all things moto related. So, and definitely if there are some things that you want to see or you want us to talk about or review or anything, man, hit me up, Mitch at fit4moto.com. That's the email. Or you can find me on Instagram at Fit4Moto, FIT4, the number 4, MOTO. DM me, man. We're open to suggestions. I'm really, really excited about all this stuff, man. So with all that being said, stay tuned for episode number 1 of the Fit4Moto Academy podcast. I'm pumped to get it going. I want to roll right into it. I want to hit the ground running. Like I said, they'll get better as they go along, but I really, really, truly appreciate you for checking this out. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're just listening to the audio version of this, it's awesome, man. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much, and let's get going, man. Hit a cricket button. There's a cricket button.